if you look at something like Coca-Cola, which also came out of that patent medicine world, it was very much kind of, here's a refreshing, tasty drink, but it's also going to, do you lots of good with and this is, in case of Coca-Cola, watching kind of 1886, it had cocaine and cola nut, which is a very rich, kind of caffeine-rich nut in it. So, it had active substances that they were long gone eventually. So, long gone now. But, when it started, it was like, well, we're going to throw in cocaine, which was a wonder drug at the time and perfectly legal.
Right, yeah. It made you feel great. Why not have cocaine, huh?
Yeah, it became very popular and Moorish.
Man, okay. So I mean, I swear, like, kids on the playground would always say that, like, hey, Coca-Cola has cocaine in it, but that was actually true at one point?
Yeah, I mean, long before, I mean, I'll be surprised if anyone from those days is still alive at this point, but originally it was, I mean, that's where the name comes from. It's cocaine was the core ingredient for it. It was, I mean, it wasn't huge amounts. I mean, from what I can tell, it was roughly equivalent to like a third of a line of Coke. So it's still Coke. It's
seems like a good amount, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so it's a fair bit. And it was a rip-off as well. I mean, it was based on this European drink that had cocaine in it, that was popular with European celebrities. So he was kind of just borrowing an idea that was already on the market. And so there were lots of these drinks around with all kinds of substances in them, because most of the stuff was legal. And I mean, everyone thought cocaine was brilliant at that time. In 1886, cocaine's like, well, we take it, feel wonderful, and now I can do lots of things. And, it's great for, as an anesthetic in surgery, what a wonderful drug we've discovered. I can put this out in there. And, it took a few years before people realized it's really bad for you and highly addictive. And sort of moved to banning it. So, it's a bit, I suppose it's a bit like tobacco in that way. The years where people thought, this is great stuff, and then kind of, we're killing millions. So that was kind of where soda was at that time.
Right, yeah. And then, so jumping back to Coca-Cola specifically, so you said it was kind of called Coca for the cocaine, but then cola for the cola nut?
Yeah, that's right. So it's sort of nut that grows on trees in Africa, sort of, I suppose, sort of Nigeria, kind of that sort of area of Africa. And basically it's very rich in caffeine. So people in that part of West Africa would just chew it for a high, just chew nuts. And basically at some point in the 1800s, kind of European colonists, invaders kind of picked up on this and went, this is interesting nut, and sort of started taking an interest in it. So the German army got really into it. They kind of thought, this is great, this will kind of energize our troops. Well, it was the Prussians then, but this will energize our troops and be useful for that. So it started sort of spreading in medical literature as like, this is another kind of wonder drug we've found that will do wonderful things. And it was basically just caffeine. I mean, coffee delivers much the same hits as a cola nut does. But it had the exoticness that coffee had lost by that point. So essentially putting that in was John Pemberton, the creator of Coca-Cola's way of going, I've got the latest kind of cool ingredient to add in.
Well, when you mix cocaine with caffeine too, I'm sure you get quite a jolt.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty certain it did kind of give you a perk. It's not going to be kind of, one of the funny stories is, we might get into this later, but Asa Candler, the guy who really founded the Coca-Cola company itself and ended up buying the rights from John Pemberton, he used to get these very bad migraines, and basically one day he had one, and he remembers some friend said, if you got a headache, you should try some Coca-Cola. And so he went to the nearest soda fountain in Atlanta, kind of drunk a Coca-Cola, and then felt a lot better. Decided to buy the company. So, it kind of seems like, well, it kind of must have had an effect if you're going to really notice it from just one drink.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching this video. This is my dog, Murphy, and these are dog treats. Now I'll give Murphy one of these dog treats, and all you have to do is press the like button. Just press that little like button right down there at the bottom of this video, and this sweet, adorable, cute little puppy gets a treat. All thanks to you. Alright, you did it? Okay, I believe you if you said you did it. There you go, Murph. She got that treat because of you. Now, I'll eat one of these treats, and all you have to do is click that subscribe button right there, pointing to it. Just click that subscribe button, subscribe to Curiosityness with me, Travis DeRose. Get lots of good video, and I'll eat this treat. All right, you did that too? That's not very good. Bro, not very good.